this is what it looks like in our approach to offsite 3D printed construction. So on the left, you'll see a panel being printed at our factory. One of them, I believe this is in Oakland. And obviously what you're looking at is a completely controlled environment. You can print in any weather with reliable quality. Printing can run 24/7. And that fixed location really enables not only consistent production, but also slower hardware depreciation. The photo on the right here reflects really that we can achieve automotive grade quality control. So you're looking at a robot using computer vision that's scanning a panel that's been printed with sub-millimeter precision. It's comparing that to the computer file to ensure quality and repeatability. Here you'll see a little bit more of what we do in our factory, the precision refinements and quality control. Another thing that's really important about this method is that by virtue of either removing some of those difficult variables I mentioned, or in other words, controlling more of your variables, we can benefit a little more easily from data-driven feedback loops, where we can more quickly assess outcomes and do continuous improvement on our technology. A few other benefits that I think are pretty important to us worth mentioning. One, a fixed schedule for more workers. So, you have your shifts that are always going to be your shifts. And something that I think is perhaps less obvious unless you're benefiting from it is the value of learning and feedback loops by virtue of having more of your team consolidated under one roof. So obviously, usually trades are going to operate in sequence, and it's tough to get that synthesis going where you can see everything all at once. Using offsite construction for us, since most manufacturing happens in one location, we have that tighter feedback loop between construction, production, and design. And it influences product improvements more quickly. So in a few slides here, I think I'll show you what we're calling our super panel, which is a great example of this. But we had our engineers designing the next version of our panel. And our construction guys were able to constantly provide input on constructability and how it would actually work on site. And because of that, it turned into a fairly dramatically different and much better solution. So that's what we do offsite. This is what it looks like on site. So on the left, you're looking at a simple animation of the various components being put into place. And one of the things you'll notice is, basically a Lego-like system that can be adapted to nearly any floor plan. So we're not constrained by the size of an on-site printer, and it enables us to build into other asset types like low-rise multifamily in the future, duplexes, et cetera. So really push towards that missing middle housing. The photo on the right, I think it's a photo I took. Back to the variables that I was speaking about earlier. This was a day that I thought was awful. That a lot of that sand you can see there was blowing into my eye all day. We had, I think, 35-degree gusts of winds. They were conditions that were pretty gnarly, but had no effect on this particular project. Again, it was installing these panels like they were Lego blocks.